So I'm going to be talking about how you can actually be a quote unquote good person because we always have this kind of misconception about what a good person is, that they just act all nice and that they accommodate you at every possible interval that they can. And yeah, we know that by the way I'm phrasing that now, it's obviously not the case. Like you're that in itself doesn't make a good person, but it's not always easy to see because people can just act nice or they can be nice once and then that's supposed to be something that is applauded and congratulated. And I just want to shed some light on that. So when a good act comes from a place of weakness, and you can't actually afford to perform that good act, instead of your instead of performing it to yourself first, then that's not being a good person. That's just being weak and um, kind of put like it's just going to come at an expense to yourself because you yourself can't actually afford that situation. So the way to actually be kind is to get the strength and power first and then to be kind. And this principle is has just been strewn about the place. It's just it's lingering in every corner, um, like being a nice guy, for example. But people haven't stated this principle exactly. But I'm stating it now. Goodness must come from a place of strength, not from a place of weakness. Otherwise, you're just being nice and you're being a faker if you're too weak to actually be good. And I've only realized this in the last few months, and so in the last few months, I've kind of dropped the act, and I'm not um, going to try to act super accommodating to every single person because I myself can't actually afford to do that. Because if I do that, then it's going to just be taking away energy, cognitive resources away from propping myself up, and I need to prop myself up first, and then it's only a truly good act if I do it after I've gotten the strength to do it. So it's like you need to fill up your own cup of water first, and then that can overflow into other people's cups. But you can't start with other people's cups first if you haven't got your own one filled to the brim. So it's just it's something that we need to apply overall. Like, let's say there's this manager and he has a bunch of employees. Well, little Ernie, who's just came in the door for his first day, he can't act super nice to the manager and then be called a good person because Ernie, quite frankly, doesn't have anything to back him up. He doesn't have any qualifications. He doesn't have real experience. He doesn't have skills with the job, so he can't really be good. He should just focus on uh, building himself up first, sticking with the grind, as they say, and then maybe after a while, when he himself is manager, he should only then actually try to be nice. But the manager on Ernie's first day can be nice to Ernie, so because the manager already has the social power to do so, and he already has like the mental ability to do that. So yeah, it's something I myself have needed to learn because when I'm calling up business owners, I can't act super nice on the phone to them and just give them everything that they want because I'm not doing that from a place of strength, and therefore it's not really for a good reason. And they're going to suspect that as well. They're going to be thinking, what does this person want? And that's what you always think of people who aren't much better than you, and they're being nice to you. You kind of think, what is it that they really want? Like what do they uh, what are they after? You clearly have something that they don't, and when you have something they don't, then that makes you suspect them more, and that's just because they're not much better than you in some area of life. Therefore, they can't afford to be nice, especially not in that area. Like you can, like let's say, a little child volunteers to help a wrestler fight off a bear or something. What stupid example, I know, but that child isn't actually doing anything good. He's not going to help the wrestler in any way because his strength is quite frankly insignificant, and he may still have the power to do so, but no, sorry, he may still have the will to do so, but he doesn't have the power. So he's just not strong enough to do anything. So what's he really doing that is good? And again, this is just a child, so you can't really call the child not a good person. But apply this as if the child had the mental capacity of an adult. Therefore, they're not really doing anything. They just want to be seen to be nice. They know that they can't do anything, so why should they bother trying to offer something that's insubstantial as a whole? Like you, that's not being nice, and it's just the truth. Like um, kindness and being gentle is always only from a position of strength. So, um, if you let's say like I was thinking of an example there, I just forgot. So yeah, the gentle giant. That giant is only considered gentle because he has the power to squish you with his finger. That's why he actually seems good. It's because he has the ability to not be good. So you need to just improve the impact of your actions before embarking on improving the morality of your actions. Of course, don't be bad or anything. Don't be bad all the way, but focus more on developing yourself than just being seen as this uh, anthropologist figure. I don't know. And anthropy, charity work anyway. Like this charitable individual. Focus on like amassing amount like some kind of gain for yourself, becoming the type of person when you're actually willing to um, help. The help should actually matter. That's what I think anyway. So like if you spend all of your income on charity but you only make like 100 a week and you're just starving yourself, I don't think you're really being as morally as good. Well, maybe not morally, but like as valuable to society as let's say a millionaire would be if millionaire was just given the same amount or twice the amount as you, but even they weren't depriving themselves, and that's why depriving yourself isn't necessarily a good thing. It's a morally neutral thing, but it's a waste of energy at the same time. And this is a weird example, but in the anime, One Punch Man, you may think that I would dislike the character Moomin Rider because he's like this just a super weak guy with no powers, and then the main character who's practically all powerful has to show up, but he isn't there yet. So Moomin Rider is the only one there, and he has to take out this or hold off this big ass monster. And you might think I might say that he's not being good because he's not been good in that scenario because he's kind of weak and he can't really beat the monster. But I actually do think in that scenario, despite the main theme of this video, that he was being good because he was still saving time and he was even like satisfying the monster, the monster's violent urges by like just kind of being a plaything for him. But he was saving lives. But overall in that series, I think the likes of Moomin Rider should stop preaching so much about how he's such a hero and how he's going to take the person here right on right now, and he should actually start training to become more powerful, and then he could actually have like a proper benefit to his actions, so he wouldn't have to wait until a more powerful hero comes along. That's what I think anyway. And I've only really thought about that now actually. It's just better to get more power for yourself and then be good rather than doing it in the reverse order. That's what I think. So for now, you probably know I'm not going to be donating to charities any of these early years because what's it going to do other than just to price my money? Like I'll donate to charity when I've made a load of money and it's going to make a big impact. That's pretty much it. So yeah, just make sure your kindness isn't coming from a place of weakness. It's coming from a place of strength, and you're perfectly aware of it, and you're just doing it from genuine goodness. You're not doing it for any perceived gain that you can get off the other person. You're just doing it to genuinely help them. That's why I think that a lot of these successful people, entrepreneurs, I'm learning from as we speak, um, that's why they tend to help so much. It's because they're like the most powerful people in the world, and they're just genuinely willing to give it, and their help is way more valuable than other people's help. People who haven't gained other public victory over or other private victory over themselves. So yeah, like Bill Gates revolutionized the world. Steve Jobs revolutionized the world. Um, that was just pure power, like pure power, because they have other power, and like they worked first and then gained power and then were good. So it's really work, power, and then goodness. That's how it goes. It doesn't go in any other order than that. So just bear that in mind when you're thinking about being kind. Of course, you can be kind um, in general, like saving a cat or something, because you do have the power to do that. But like, don't grovel too much and just focus on building yourself up first.